Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John chasing majors. Two things I want to do in today's video, and I'm going to be very brief because I'm super tired and I need to get to bed. But I got a card I want to share with you guys, and I'm going to do that first for those that just want to see the card and kind of move on. And then I'm going to spend some time. I actually want to do a video response for Jayson, Mr. Fisherbike. He kind of threw out a challenge or yeah, I guess it's maybe a challenge or an idea for us as YouTube creators to share who inspired us to get into kind of YouTube sports card content creation. And so that's going to be the second part of the video. But I want to jump in with the card that I recently picked up. And excuse me, I was actually recently watching Orlando, A Collector's Dream. And by the way, we want to talk about inspiration. Orlando gives me almost daily inspiration. I think Orlando's got one of the greatest channels on YouTube right now. He's a wealth of knowledge, and I really appreciate what Orlando's doing in the space. And so if there is a must watch, I would say Orlando would be at the top end of that right now. He's doing great content. He continues to grow in the space. And I know I'm a very small fish in a very big pond of sports card YouTube creators, and I'm assuming if you watch my channel, you probably watch channels like Orlando's. And so, if there's anybody who happens to not be watching Orlando's content and you're subscribed to my channel, I'm going to encourage you to actually click off the video now and go subscribe to Orlando's channel because it's really great. But he recently got a Steve Carlton autographed rookie card, PSA at his last, I want to say sports card show. It was a Florida sports card show. And he shared that a couple of days ago. And I shot him a comment, said, hey, love the card, super envious, really, really envious, great card. It's truly a card that I'd love to own one day. Not necessarily his, but a version of it. But I said, hey, I also just picked up something similar. I'm very excited to share that on my channel. And so Orlando and anybody who's interested in seeing that, my pickup was right here. This is a Jim Palmer 1966 Topps rookie card, autograph in a PSA 8 autograph, black ink. Now, I don't know how rare it is to see black ink on this card. Most of the autographs, if you were to go just like eBay, most of them come across in blue ink. Again, I'm not saying it's super scarce. I'm not saying that. I just see more blue ink autographs on the rookie card from Jim Palmer than I do black ink. When I seen this card, though, I was just like, I gotta own that. So I was really excited knowing I had just purchased this when I seen Orlando post his video. And so, yeah, I had the opportunity to kind of shoot some comments back and forth with Orlando, and I'm very excited for Orlando and his pickup, but I'm very excited to be able to add this to my collection. This is a card that means a lot to me. Jim Palmer was one of my dad's favorites. He would talk about some of the greats of his era and kind of the era as I was growing up. Jim Palmer was still pitching in when I was a kid, and so my dad would share stories about, Jim Palmer and his career and Carlton and his career and, many, many other greats. Nolan Ryan, I remember pitching as a kid, Colfax and a lot of the Gibson and a lot of the great pitchers from the day. But, that resonates to me kind of it harkens back to a number of the stories my dad used to tell me about pitching greats that he was able to see as, he experienced his journey in watching and enjoying baseball. So I was pretty happy to add that. All right, let's get to Jayson's video response. So Jayson, Mr. Fisherbike, video response, who were my inspirations? And there's two guys I want to kind of call out. And I did just get the good fortune during the National to thank both of these individuals personally. First person's going to probably be called out fairly often in this video response kind of challenge. And I will spend some time watching everybody who makes a video response. I'm going to spend some time probably over the weekend getting caught up and really watching all of the video responses. But Mike Baseball Collector was one of those guys that when I remember seeing some of his early content, and I was a watcher for a very long time. I didn't start making videos until this past January, but I remember some, I don't know, this is 3, 4, 5 years ago, seeing some of Mike's content and thinking to myself, man, I'd like to do something like that. I'd like to be able to share my collection. And I liked Mike's approach. I liked how his demeanor and how he just kind of came across. And I remember thinking to myself, if I was to do that, I would do it similar. And, you know, flattery is mimicking somebody. And so, you know, I would be remiss if I said I probably mimic a lot of what Mike does in some fashions. I think we probably all do. And that probably also goes to what Blue Jacket 66 does and Mangini does. And a lot of the guys that come before us, I probably think that we all at some way or another, or one way or another, kind of mimic one another. But, you know, Mike was one of those guys early on that I said, if I was to do content, that's the style of content I'd like to do. The second guy, and probably the guy that really pushed me to finally hit record and start recording myself, was Chris from Missouri. And I know Chris was also inspired by Mike. I think that he's kind of documented that in his early journey. And it was late 2022, December timeframe roughly, where Chris made a segment of a video where he basically encouraged all of us to just start making content. And it was that moment in time when I really decided, I'm just going to go ahead and make content. And it was maybe a week or two after that I finally recorded my first video. And I probably deleted it 10 times and remade it 10 times. And then I finally posted it, and lo and behold, you know, a couple hundred subscribers later, we've been able to make, I don't know even how many videos I have, but been able to make a small dent in a very big you know, landscape of YouTube sports card creators. But I've enjoyed the heck out of it along the way. I'm trying to make my type of content, which hopefully is different than everybody else's, but maybe the same in a weird way. As I said, I think we probably all mimic each other to a certain degree, but you know, certainly appreciate a ton of people that make content. You know, I even think of guys like Elite Co 3. He's one of the guys I think of really early on watching content about. And, you know, there was people that no longer make content that I remember watching way back in the day. But, you know, it's been a fun journey over the last 6 months making my own sports card content. And, you know, not sure how much longer I'll continue to make the content, but I'm enjoying it right now. And, yeah. That's really, I guess, all I got for today. But like I said, I wanted to make this video before it got too late and I just didn't get it made. So, Jason, this is my video response for you. I appreciate you taking the time, coming up with this idea. Great idea. And thank you for giving me time to be able to share with kind of the masses an appreciation for both Mike and Chris. Sorry, dealing with some hay fever and some scratchy throat stuff. So, all right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the Jim Palmer. Very excited. If you're not following all these guys, you know, Jayson and Mike and Chris, or Blue Jacket 66, or Mangini, or Elite Co 3, or Orlando. If you're not watching or following those guys, you know, go spend some time. You should be watching their content if you're watching mine. They're better at what they do. They're better at this than what I do. Go give them a subscribe if you're not subscribed. You should be, though. Quite honestly, if you're not subscribed to them and you're subscribed to me, you might be doing something wrong. So with that, guys, I'm just going to wrap it up. As always, chat with you guys in the next one.